As an entrepreneur, you're gonna lose money and make mistakes. But today, I'm gonna help you avoid making the most common ones. Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and I'm gonna share with you 7 lessons I learned from losing $1 million before I was 21. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel so when I have more tips and advice like this, you'll get notified. As an entrepreneur, everyone thinks that, oh, it's great and you just climb up and to the right and make more money the longer you do it. That's not the reality. Entrepreneurship is like a roller coaster. There's ups and downs and scary moments. I remember when I was 16, there was points where I was making 20 grand a month and I thought I was on cloud 9. But you know what, by the time I was 21, I lost it all. Plus I lost another $1 million that I borrowed. But eventually I paid it back. And it didn't take me longer than 1 year to pay it back. But I made some big mistakes and I wish I didn't make them and someone was there to guide me. Hopefully by me sharing my lessons to you, because yeah, you may look at me and be like, Neil's great, he's successful. I do okay, but I've made a lot of mistakes as well. The first lesson that I have for you guys is business ideas are a dime a dozen. That business that I lost $1 million into was cloud computing. That was before Amazon Web Services. I had that idea before them. But you know what? Business ideas are a dime a dozen. It's all about execution. I had the wrong team to execute on it. And I came up with that idea, and I'm not saying I was the only one who did, because I wasn't, obviously. I came up with that idea because I was getting all this traffic to my website, and it was coming in spurts. And I was getting a big bombarded amount of traffic. My servers would crash. And I'm like, why can't we just all share resources with all the other sites out there? And at that moment, I had this idea, but poor execution, poor team. So execution and team is very important. Just because you have an idea, it doesn't matter. Second lesson for you, you need a focus. That's a good idea that I had, but I already had a business that was making money. That business I had was only making a few million bucks a year at that time. And I know that's good money, but that business could have gone to 10, 20, 50, 100 million if I focused on it. Don't do too many things at once. I don't know why everyone has ADD and wants to do 20 different things at once. It's a bad idea. Focus your time and effort. The third lesson I have for you is to be creative. You're gonna be up against a wall as an entrepreneur and people are gonna come to you and be like, we need more money. This is what we need to do. We need to spend this. No, there's creative ways to solve your problem and money isn't always that solution. There's other ways to solve a problem other than spending money. Money's tight as an entrepreneur, so you need to get creative. If you can't get creative, you're not gonna do well. And that gets me into the fourth lesson. The fourth lesson is save your money. It's harder to make money than it is to save it. So when good times are there, save it because they won't always last. Even some of the biggest companies in the world like Apple, they were doing really well. They went under. Companies like Microsoft had to give them $100 million to keep them afloat. And now Apple is a huge company again. But that's what happens in business. Not everything just keeps doing well. So you need to save your money for the rainy days. The fifth lesson I have for you is pick your business partners really carefully. Just because you talk to someone over Instagram or you hang out with them a few times, it's not that easy to get a divorce, especially when a business is working out. It's easier to get a divorce in real life than it is to get a divorce with your business partners once you have something that's up and running and working. So you need to make sure you really know your business partners. They complement you. They're able to do other things that you want. They're working just as hard as you, and you guys have a really good understanding. If you pick the wrong business partners, you won't do well. Divorce in business is very messy. Don't just jump into bed with people and be like, hey, we're gonna be married and we're business partners. No, give it time, be patient. That's a big mistake I continually see people making even today. The sixth lesson I have for you is have a lawyer. Shit gets messy in business. If you don't have contracts, you don't have things in writing, people can steal from you. I've lost a lot of money from silly stuff by not having contracts. Have a lawyer. You can pick anyone you want, just have a lawyer. Someone who's mediocre, doesn't even have a lot of law experience, is better than no lawyer. The seventh lesson I have for you is solve a really big problem. See, when I was starting off, I had a really small viewpoint. I was like, oh, how can I help small and medium businesses? You need a really big market cap. Small and medium businesses in this space have a lot of churn. Bigger enterprise businesses don't. By picking a really big total addressable market, it's much easier to build a bigger business. The moment you pick a small total addressable market, it's going to be really hard to grow. It's easier to get 1% of a big market than it is to get 50% of a smaller market. So might as well go after a really huge market. So those are the lessons I have for you. Hopefully, they won't cost you $1 million like they cost me. And if you need help growing your business, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. If you like this video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, tell other people about it, and of course, like it as well. Thank you for watching.